But the biggest story concerning Ukraine today was the celebration of Victory Day in Russia and what it could potentially mean for the war moving forward. Washington correspondent Evan Lambert, he is live for us. And Evan, Victory Day is typically an opportunity for Russia to show off its military might. But President Putin also gave a speech. What exactly did we learn?
Kelsey, President Putin trying to justify this war by saying falsely that it's about removing Nazis. This is a direct tie to the day today commemorating Russia's defeat over real Nazis. On the major Russian holiday known as Victory Day, Russian President Vladimir Putin was not able to declare victory in the war he started in Ukraine. It has stalled on several fronts. Putin also didn't mark the day with any pronouncements of a further war. Still, he headlined a parade in Moscow's Red Square, the holiday commemorating the former Soviet Union's role to help defeat the Nazis in 1945.
You are fighting for the motherland, for its future, so that no one forgets the lessons of World War II.
Putin failed to mention the ongoing battle for Mariupol, with a continuing Russian assault on a steel plant where the final Ukrainian defenders are hunkered down. Nearby, Russian-backed separatists held their own Victory Day event. Putin never said the word Ukraine, but continued to falsely suggest Ukrainian aggression started the war, and its aim was to rid the country of Nazis.
Russia gave a preemptive rebuff to the aggression. It was forced, timely, and the right decision. The decision of a sovereign, strong, independent country.
That message interrupted by an apparent smart TV hack, sending many Russian TV users an anti-war note which read, "The blood of thousands of Ukrainians and hundreds of murdered children is on your hands. TV and the authorities are lying. No to war." In nearby Poland, protesters took their anger over the war out on Russia's ambassador to that country, covering him with red paint, chanting profanity, and calling Russian forces killers. In Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky also marked Victory Day by seeking to inspire his people, who have so far successfully kept the Russians from taking any major city.
On the day of the victory over Nazism, we are fighting for a new victory. The road to it is difficult. We have no doubt that we will win.
And today, French President Emmanuel Macron suggested that Ukraine and other non-European Union countries form their own political group, acknowledging that it might take many years for Ukraine to join the EU. Kelsey?
Thank you so much, Evan. Great reporting there. Well, there was a ton of buildup to Victory Day in Russia, with many speculating that Putin could formally declare war on Ukraine. Could that still happen at some point? Well, joining me now to answer some of those questions and others is Mark Kansian, a retired Marine colonel and senior advisor at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Thank you so much for being here, Colonel. We still haven't seen Putin formally declare war. Many were expecting something today. Do we think we could see something in the future?
I don't think so, not unless something changes dramatically on the battlefield. This was his great opportunity. This holiday is a major event in Russia, much more so than in the West. Russia suffered terribly during the Second World War. It's always commemorated the day in a way that the West doesn't. This was the moment to make a major announcement if he wanted to do that. He didn't. He didn't announce mobilization. He didn't announce a declaration of war, and he didn't announce the annexation of those parts of Ukraine that the Russians have taken over. That's all good news. It makes a potential settlement a little easier. Now, it's hard to say what the future of the war is going to look like. We are not close to a negotiated settlement. Something could happen that would drive Putin to escalate. But right now, it looks like he's not going to.
Well, did we get any indication of where the war is headed from today's events? Any insight there?
Well, we really didn't. And in a sense, that was good, because the fears had been that the war would escalate. Now, on the downside, Putin didn't hold out an olive branch. He didn't indicate what his conditions might be for a settlement. So we're not close on that front either. The war goes on. You saw the shelling and the bombings. There's also continued fighting in the east. We've been seeing that for the last couple of weeks. It looks like it's going to continue like that.
And as Evan mentioned a moment ago, the Pentagon is saying it has evidence that Ukrainians are actually being taken into Russia against their will. How significant is that?
Well, it depends on the conditions. I mean, if Ukrainians are being taken against their will, of course, that could potentially be a war crime. If there are refugee camps, it gets a little grayer. This is one of those situations where we really need investigation to find out what the situation on the ground is, so we can decide, whether other action is appropriate.
Well, on a different note, Putin's demeanor and behavior at the Victory Day rally, I think a lot of people were thinking about this, about some of his health concerns, and some even speculating that maybe he has cancer. What do we know exactly?
The short answer is nothing. Putin is extremely private. The secrecy is intense. There's been a lot of speculation about his health. People say that he looks puffy, which is possible. Of course, he's in his 70s, so it's not surprising that he might be looking his age. Also, it's certainly something I think people are going to keep an eye on. But on the other hand, Putin's rhetoric has been consistent. The things we heard at the parade, he's been saying these things for 20 years. So it's not like something has changed radically in the last couple of years, maybe connected with health issues. He's believed this for a long time.
All right. Well, thank you so much, retired Marine Colonel Mark Kansian. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.